G'day guys, how you going? Alright, today I'm going to be going cooking up a broth, a pigeon broth, just a basic one. So I'll show you what I'm going to do. Alright, so swing it around. Whoop, don't mind the messy kitchen. Now, I've got one medium onion cut up here. I've got one field mushroom, one medium carrot, and one celery stick. I've got one the cayenne pepper, or we just call them chili here. That's whole, so we just leave that one whole. Whoop. And I've got one small sprig of rosemary, because rosemary can be quite strong in flavour. And then I've got two sprigs of not too bad a size, so they're about a hand's length. So two sprigs of hyssop. Now hyssop's good for bringing out the gaminess in meat, especially red meat. And pigeon is quite dark meat, so I've got the pigeon here. Don't look too attractive. This is just the bones, the carcass and the wings and the legs from two pigeons. So that's what I'll be boiling up. So we'll get that in shortly, but first we'll turn on our pot. So I've only got one big pot, but it'll make do. So I'll turn that on and we'll chuck that on about medium, so about half the heat. And then I'm going to chuck in, now let's see if I can do this, one hand on the camera and one hand on the board. Alright, so, there we go. Whoops, I lost a bit of mushroom there. We'll grab him. Alright, so I've chucked all that in. So the carrot and all that. Now I'll just turn it down a little bit more. Now, in this glass here I've got a bit of oil. So you want to just get a bit of oil. That's a couple of, this is a bit hot. Alright. Now, I haven't got my mixer, so I'll turn it down a bit lower so I can grab a mixer, which is just a flip thing. Just coat that all in the oil and get that simmering away. Yeah, you don't want it too hot, so you don't want to burn it because that'll make the vegetables bitter. So, and I've got the chili in there already as well. You can see him just there. So that's fine. Get that bit of heat through. Now, I'll turn him up a little bit more, back up to medium, just so we've got that little bit of a sizzle. And we just want to just fry him up a little bit. You can hear him sizzling away. Just making sure it's all covered in the oil nicely. You just want enough just to cover, like the vegetables. You don't want it, we're starting to smoke a bit, so we'll turn that down a bit. It's getting a bit hot. You don't want it too hot. You just want it simmering nicely. Alright, so that's starting to simmer up nicely in that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put the pigeon in. Now, let's see. So I'm just going to tip that straight in. And I'll get rid of that bag. Whoops, accidentally dropped it on the floor, pick that up later. So that's cooled that down again, so we'll turn it up a little bit, and then so you can see it's just the backbone of the pigeon and the carcass, the breast bone, a couple of wings, and the drumsticks. There they are. So we'll just let that sort of brown off a little bit. Oh, starting to smoke a bit. I might need a little bit less heat. Alright, turn that down. Alright, so this is just got to brown that meat up a little bit. And those veggies sort of saute down a little bit. Alright. So we'll just let that just cook down a little bit, and then we'll come back to it. Okay, so she's started to brown off a bit now, and you can see some of the juice coming out of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the lid on for a bit and let it simmer down even more. So I just whacked the bit steamy up on the thing. So we'll just let that go on medium heat for a little while. Actually, I'm going to add a little bit of salt now. So we'll grab the salt. I'll just grab a bit of a pinch. And this is Himalayan cooking salt, the pink salt. Alright, we'll mix that through. Oh, there you go, you got steamed out again. Alright, so I'll put that lid on and let that simmer down for a little while. Okay, and we'll see you in a little bit. Okay, so that's been simmering away with the lid on for about 10 minutes now. So we'll take that off. Always open up the lid away from you so all that steam doesn't scald you. So I'll just put that down over there for now. So you can see that's really reduced down some of those vegetables a little bit, and see all the juice now that's in there, that's come out of the vegetables and the meat. So what we do now is we're going to cover it over with some water. So I've got some water here I'm going to pour in. Oops. And this will take the heat out of it for a bit, but that's alright, because we'll bring it back up to a boil and then we'll let it simmer. So I've just put one kettle load in there, so that's focus, almost 2 litres, so 1.7 litres of water. So that's enough to just cover it over. Actually, I could probably put a little bit more in, so I'll go and grab a, yeah, I could probably put a little bit more in, so I'll go and grab some more water. I'll be back shortly. Okay, so I just added another, so it's just over 2 litres probably that I've got in here. So that's enough to keep it all covered, and we'll turn the heat up a little bit more, just so we can get that temperature up in there. And bring that up to the, now, actually I'll put it on high, so that'll really get the temperature going in there. Now this is where I'm going to chuck in my rosemary. Just chuck it straight in, and my 2 sprigs of, hyssop. And I'm going to chuck, whoa, nearly dropped it. Chuck in some whole peppercorn, black peppercorn. So I'll just do, just a few in there. You can see them floating around. Alright, give it a little bit of a mix. And put that lid back on. Okay. And we'll let that go up to the boiling point, and then we'll bring it back down to simmer. So yeah, so we'll bring it back down to simmer, and it'll probably take about an hour and a half to 2 hours that I like to get it just simmering away to get a nice broth. So I'll show you when we get to that stage. Alright, see you soon. Okay, so it's been an hour and a half. So we'll have a look and see how it's going. And that's simmering away nicely there. Alright. So I'll just turn that down a bit. Give it a quick stir. Now, I'm gonna have a little taste test to see Alright, I'm happy with that. That's so an hour and a half, and that's ready. So what I'll do now is I'll start. We'll bring this across and turn him around a little bit. Alright, so what we're now just going to do, whoops, is just get out all the big stuff as much as possible. Alright, so yeah, this is looking good, got some nice colour. Okay. Alright. Okay, so I think I've got pretty much most of the real big stuff out. So that's just in there now. So what I'll do is I'll set you up so I can show you the next step. Okay, so I've got just a sieve and just a chucks cloth. So that'll take out any of the smaller stuff out of the broth. Whoops. Alright, so I'll just pour that in nice and slowly. Alright. Make sure I don't overfill it. Okay. Oh, that might actually come a bit too. It's going to be close. Right, I'm going to quickly chuck that up there. Alright. So now we've got just over a litre. Whoops, I've just spilt some. Just over a litre of the broth, and that's the finished product. So you can either just have that as a soup, or whoops, a bit shaky there, sorry. Yeah, so you can have that either as a soup or also use it as a stock for cooking in other things. So I'll use that in cooking, like mostly I use it, yeah, just for other cooking. But yeah, you could drink it just like that, that's fine. But yeah, so that's it. And I'll show you using it in another cooking thing at some stage. So thanks guys, that's just a simple quick broth. Well, it's not really that quick, it takes a couple of hours all up with the preparation and cooking, but it's well worth it. It's got lots of nice flavour. So alright guys, I'll see you next time. God bless you guys.